Hey, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
This is a group hug for you. Wish you were here to join us.
And we hope that you're taking care of yourself. You know I wasn't going to let it go without talking to you. We miss you so dearly around here. We don't have anybody buff walking around like you used to do.
That's
How is
true.
it in Texas? But we miss you, we love you, and wish you all the happiness for your birthday and your career.
Best wishes.
Hope to see you soon.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Keep running, because it catches up with you. It catches up.
Keep running.
Keep running.
Keep running. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You need to go down to San Juan, invite a couple hundred Puerto Ricans, and throw yourself a pretty good party.
First of all, these are the last 2 years in your 20s, so enjoy them. Don't get married and don't have kids. Those are my 2 pieces of advice to you. If you do either of those things, your life will go downhill. You will have no money and you will suffer for ages. Have a happy birthday. Peace.
As you approach the age of 28, there are a couple of things that I want to share with you. I'm going to contradict Crystal's advice and tell you that you absolutely should get married before you turn 30.
Piece of advice is to do not get the corporate body. That's the body when you start getting really round, when you start working. I know you're probably making that good money working with the oil companies up in Houston, so you got a lot of opportunity to eat. So hold off, push the fork and the plate back, and keep working out, man. Happy birthday again.
I mean, I missed our games at church, you know. Glory! You already know what that's about. But nah, I just want to say I'm proud of you, and I'm glad that you left Atlanta and you're in a whole nother stage with another life, new friends, and you're just going forward. And I continue to wish you much more success than you already have. How you doing? This is Chanel. On your birthday video, I want to say happy birthday, happy 28th birthday. I know you don't care about birthdays, but guess what? We got a video for you, compliments of Dell. And my advice is don't drink too much on your birthday, don't eat too much. Chill out, do your thing, have fun. And famous words of Arrested Development, boom! That's it. Hey kid, put it in the light! Happy birthday!
I really miss you. I remember this time when he's a very funny guy, but what I remember with Keith is when we have like a hug, he's so muscular, right? So you just feel that you're overcome. But one time we had this lunch, or was it dinner, that he organized, and there was a wife of a professor. I wouldn't name who the professor was, and she kind of like what's it called, touched his chest, and just like, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if he remembers that, but that was funny.
New Orleans for New Year's, and we stopped at that shady Chinese restaurant on the way home, and we all got sick because that was horrible, but it was funny. Number 2 is when we were in Mississippi with Johnny's family, and you chased around his dog, and the dog wouldn't come within 20 feet of you the entire weekend. And number 3 was the beer festival, when you put on Kristen's shirt to go to the bathroom, and it was a small, and you were in so much pain to put on the shirt, but you had to go pee so bad. I still have the picture on my phone, so I just wanted to remind you of those things and wish you a happy birthday.
What comes to mind is between our first semester in grad school, when Courtney, you and I were in the computer lab, and we saw the YouTube video Afro Ninja, or was it YouTube then, or whatever, we saw the video Afro Ninja, and then we saw when Michelle fell on 106 Park, and Kelly and Beyonce just looked at us and let it fall.
about you, but I guess for your birthday it is about you. Of course, I'm talking about inauguration, when we were going to the performance and that little girl and Miss Jackie had that fight and you made this face. And any funny story I have with you, you're always making that face. So, you know, we've had a lot of good times. I think that one sticks out in my mind. The drive to inauguration was pretty funny with Pasha and all the stuff we were going through. And, you know, I'm going to need you to respond in the subway. That was pretty funny, too.
Somehow, one day, Jeff and I managed to convince Keith to go to a Lamb of God concert. Lamb of God is like a big-time hardcore metal band. And so, you know, we go to the concert, and if you've ever been to a metal show, it's a bunch of guys wearing like spikes and like black, you know, and just a bunch of punks. And there's Keith, you know, looking fly, like the hat tilted sideways, you know, wife beater on, nice shirt on top of that. And after watching the show for a while, we finally convinced him to get into the mosh pit, where everybody's jumping around, pushing each other, elbowing each other. And so you got a bunch of like, you know, scrawny punk, you know, metal guys, mosh pit, and then you got Keith, like 3 times their size, and they're just shoving people down to the floor. He's in there for like 30 minutes, and he comes out, missing his hat, his shirt, one of his shoes, and he's like, that was awesome. And then we left with him missing half of his clothes. That's my fun story.
Spring 2008. During my acceptance speech, should I say, I kind of had a moment. And Keith, I'm so glad that you were there as president, I believe you were. Or was he president at that time? Or maybe you were just rec night chair at that time, I can't recall. But either way, you were there, all suave, all cool, all collected. And Keith, I am so glad that I had the opportunity to experience that moment with you. And the rest of BGSA and everybody who saw me break down and cry like a baby. And as a matter of fact, as I was sitting here tonight with Nell, just thinking about what I was going to say and how I was going to say it, I actually got a little teary-eyed, but I didn't let it come out. I promise. I'm not going to cry on this video, I promise you. But I just want you to know, Keith, that I love you. I'm excited that you're having another wonderful birthday. I'm glad that you're around, and I can't wait to see you again. It's been forever. So I wish you all the luck and all the blessings in your life. Have a wonderful one. Love you. Bye.
When we first moved into Trabert's and you found a bag of cookies and you started to eat one and then realized it was a dog biscuits, and to this day we still think about that when we feed the dog his treats, because, well, you'll eat anything.
I met Keith, it was in a loud lounge, and I thought he said his name was Justin. So when we finally got around to having our first phone conversation, I saved his number in my phone as Justin and everything. So like I said, when we finally got around to talking on the phone, I probably called his name Justin like 13 times, and it wasn't until he said his name in third person that I really knew what his name was. So he started talking about Keith, and I was like, who's that?